How to get heavenly power, part 2. Now, last time I talked to you about how to get the heavenly power, it was more based on the prayer aspect. Power and spiritual things, from the heavenly standpoint, is a recipe. And you have to have all of the building blocks to get to it. If you want to bake a cake, you need all the ingredients to bake a cake. You need the flour, the sugar, and everything else, eggs, and everything that goes into baking a cake. And you have to have the correct amount, because if you don't have the correct amount to bake that cake, the cake is not going to come out correctly. It's the same thing with spiritual things. You have to have the correct ingredients for in the correct amount for things to work right. Okay, so if you ain't praying right, you ain't living right. If you ain't, then the second part of getting heavenly power is fasting. Now, fasting, and I'm hearing a lot of people talk about different things for fasting. Today, I'm gonna use my fast, and I'm gonna fast away from watching TV. That's not doing nothing. That's not fasting. Fasting, biblically speaking, is abstaining yourself from substance that goes into your body to sustain you on an earthly standpoint. We have to drink water to survive, and that's the only thing that you will probably intake during a fasting standpoint if you want to receive power from on high. Because what fasting does, it breaks down your body to the point where you're not thinking on a physical level, but now you can get into a spiritual sense. Do you remember where in the Bible where Jesus spoke to his disciples, and he sent them out two by two to cast out devils, and gave them power? There's another time he sent them out, and there was times where it was things upon people that they couldn't do, and and Christ came to them and he did it. And they asked him, why couldn't we do it? Because he said this kind come out only by fasting and praying. So therefore, you have to do more than just pray, but you also have to fast. And there's a certain amount that's added to this fasting. There's a certain amount added to the prayer, and it's too deep for me to get all the way in the crevice of it. But you have to have both. You have to come up out of your body and get into a spiritual realm, because you have to have that spiritual place in God to be able to connect in a heavenly place. You cannot connect in a heavenly place and have power from the heavens if you're acting fleshly. You have to get up out of your flesh to be able to act in the spirit. And then the last part of it is you have to use the correct name. If you don't use the correct name, that's the key. And his name is Yeshua. It is not Jesus. It's Yeshua, to do the power and to do that what God has given you to do, and to be who God has created you to be. I thank you very much for listening. This is Elder Rudy Best, coming to you with Kicking Off the Cap. Please subscribe, share, and comment. I'll talk to you next time. Be blessed.